Item number 5 on the Town Board's agenda, discussion and possible decision to direct staff to place signs, no smoking in children's play areas at Petrack, Honeysuckle, and Simpkins Park. Kids from the Kit Butt program actually got up and spoke during this agenda item to the Town Board.
My name is Laura Osland. I live in the town of Pahrump, and I am the coalition coordinator for Nye Communities Coalition. And I'm going to turn this over, the presentation, to Nicole Greb, who's in charge of our youth and some of the youth who are concerned about the cigarette butts and the smoking in their play areas.
I'm Nicole Greb. This is Megan Hamilton, Amberetta Hamilton, and Mariah Hamilton. And we're here to talk to you guys about the cigarette butts that are being thrown on the playground areas. On March 24th of this year, we went there for Kick Butt Day, and we cleaned up about a couple thousands of cigarette butts just within an hour, only on the playground area. So I'm talking about the gravel area at Patrick Park where the kids are playing in. So we're here to talk about how we just want to make it so you can't smoke within maybe 25 feet of the area, throw your cigarette butts in a proper location. It's a statistic shown that 4.5 trillion cigarette butts are littered worldwide. And we're here to make a difference, and we want to make it in our community where we can put signs up at our parks, and we are more than willing to fund those signs that say young lungs at work, throw your cigarette butt somewhere else, smoke 25 feet away from here. So that's why we're here today.
Any questions from the board? Mr. Darby? Any questions, sir, for her? Statements?
No, I really don't have any questions for you. I'm just concerned about putting up no smoking signs and a 25-foot barrier. Are we going to paint this 25 feet from the farthest piece of playground equipment? And then what happens to the children of parents who do smoke? Are they now restricted from using the park because of their freedom of choice to smoke? So, I mean, to me, and as far as the tobacco and nicotine leaching out of the cigarette butts getting into the aquifer, that's quite a stretch because it's got quite a ways to go down through the rock and sediment in the dirt. It's just, no, I'm sorry.
It might be quite a way though, but it's going to happen. So just because it may take 10,000 years for a cigarette butt, the water, for it to get all the way down into our aquifer, whatever the statistic is, it's going to happen, and eventually it may not be us, it may be my great-grandchildren who are drinking water that has nicotine in it. So,
currently, I'm more concerned.
We're here looking at the future, too. I mean, this isn't just the present, it's our future and everyone else's kids going.
Currently, I'm more concerned about an ordinance that we passed about glass in the park, because I still see broken glass in the play area.
But at least the signs are up there. The signs are up there, and that prevents a lot of people. It may not prevent all the people, but at least some people are getting it that there's no alcohol or broken glass allowed to be in the park. If that sign wasn't up there, there would be a larger amount of people doing it. So that's why we want the signs up. We want the signs up because maybe it will only stop 20% of people doing it, but at least those 20% people stopped, and it's not 100%. That's why we want to do it.
Thank you, ma'am. Anything else, Mr. Darby?
That's it.
All right, Mr. Maurizio?
You know, I have concerns about putting signs up. How are they going to be enforced?
Yeah.
That's my
Is that
question.
it's just basically going to be a sign for suggestion, correct?
It's my understanding that the town does not have a no smoking ordinance for public parks. And I don't know whether the county has a littering ordinance in effect that might affect us to the disposal of butts in there.
We have one.
I think a better way to go would be education. Educate the parents about secondhand smoke.
But where does that go? Like, we can sit here and we can preach. It's like us kids being preached to all the time. I mean, a lot of the time the kids just float off, and the adults feel the same way. They just shut down when you just try to preach to them and preach to them. So maybe it could be, if you guys are so objected to no smoking, be courteous. Youngs are at work. Smoke somewhere else, or throw your cigarette butts away.
Oh, that's where education comes in. That's the parents' responsibility. But putting up signs, that's not enforceable.
Parents that are smoking.
That's a lot.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mencia. Mr. Dolan?
Not at this time, Madam Chair.
Ms. Parker?
The play areas, and we're referring only to the areas with the pea gravel and the playground equipment. There are a very small portion of any of our parks. That leaves the remainder of the park for smoking. My concern is the fact that these areas, and this is no reflection on staff because we spend a great deal of time picking cigarette butts, raking them out of those areas, but it's being used as an ashtray. And I'd like Nikki to open that box up and show how many bags of cigarette butts you picked up in one park in 1 hour. This is what our children are playing in, and it's wrong.
Are you stepping up here for a comment, sir?
Well, actually, you don't need an ordinance to say no smoking. We already have an ordinance that says no littering, and we can enforce that. And I just spoke to the captain, and we'll make sure that if anybody does dispose of any litter in that area in the park, they'll get cited by the Mexican Sheriff's.
And in the end, there will be signs around the town's play areas asking to refrain from smoking and deposit your butts appropriately. The town is checking into large cement ashtrays. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 41.